Hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. For everyone else, welcome back. It is the final week of Escape the Black Cat Carnival Readathon. I'll get it right once. And it's really the last few days. I finished my vlog for the last week and then didn't start another one right away. So far this week I have read Frankenstein. I started it for one prompt and then we finished that part and it actually got submitted for Bullseye. I've never read any of Mary Shelley, so it worked well for me. And now we are working on another game, and I'm kind of in a weird spot. So far this month, I have read 17 or 18 books. I can't remember which. But 17 or 18 books. This by far blows all of my reading so far this year out of the water. I want to say that so far this month I have read more than I read from January to March. April was a regular month for me, which surprised me a little bit. But from January to March, I think I have read more than I read in those 3 months in this 1 month. So I'm struggling a little bit with what feels like a slump coming on. I read some dark romance and had a good time with that. That kind of helped to get me through. For Frankenstein, which is a book from my British literature class that I'm teaching, I needed to read it before I've already told the parents to buy it, but I wanted to read it once before I teach it. And I listened to that one on audio and followed along with the text just to see if it could help. I did read that book in just over 24 hours. It's like an 8-hour audiobook, so I know my students can read it over the course of 4 or 5 weeks. I know not all of them are big readers or enjoy reading, or some of them, I think, enjoy reading but claim not to because it's not cool. Hopefully I can shift their mindsets just a little bit this year. But Frankenstein was a great read. I don't know if I've ever seen the Frankenstein movie, and so what I have in my mind as happening in the movie may be skewed. I thought that the book was going to go one way, and it doesn't quite go that way. For those of you who don't know, Frankenstein is Victor Frankenstein. He is a kid. And I say kid because he's very young. He's 13 when he loses his mother, 17 when he goes off to college in another city away from his family, and becomes enthralled with the natural sciences. And through this ends up creating reanimating a body. I think he puts it all together even from pieces and parts. but I digress. He creates this, what he thinks of as a monster. And as I read the book, I definitely can see why one of the questions that is commonly asked, partnered with this book, is what makes a monster? Because while Frankenstein's monster looks horrific and frightening, we see parts, especially in the beginning of, in the monster's tale that he conveys, that he has many of the same feelings and thoughts that we do as human beings. And so it really goes into that, making you think about what makes a monster. I truly did not expect this book to end the way it did. I guess I always thought that it was the city people, the people who lived in the city, who killed Frankenstein's monster. But apparently it is not. And the book took a very different turn than what I expected it to, just based on what, like, I have seen in little clips of movies that depict Frankenstein and his monster. So, our next prompt for that one, let me grab it. I'm gonna stick kind of in that horror realm. From what I understand, it's horror. I don't know. But I am going to read Bride. This one, let me pull up Storygraph. This one is, it's not horror. It is a fantasy romance, according to Storygraph. So but it does have those characters that we think of in horror. So we have Mystery Lark, daughter of a powerful vampire councilman, is an outcast. Her days of living anonymously among the humans are over. She's been called upon to uphold an alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares. So we also have Lo Moreland, who is the alpha Were, and he and Misery are going to make this marriage of convenience. The one of the blurbs on here says by the international best-selling author Ruby Dixon, says Allie Hazelwood unleashes her sparkling voice and wit on a paranormal Romeo and Juliet. So I'm excited to start this one. Originally I was going to do this one as a friend recommendation. We're not going to get to that building, I don't think, because we have 3 days and we're just starting a game that has 3 paths it can take. But my sister recommended me this one, and I'm going to read it and see where it goes. I'm expecting a good time with this because very, very rarely does Lauren lead me on a wild goose chase as far as books. So I'm going to check this out, and I will check in with you soon. of the way through Bride, just starting chapter 11, and I am enjoying this book a lot. Our main character, Misery, is forced into an arranged marriage to bring peace between the vampires and the weres. She's a vampire and her now husband is the alpha were. And there's a lot of prejudice going into this for both of them, but at the same time we're seeing sides of Lo, the alpha, that just melt the heart. Watching him reading about him with his little sister who's 7 is just so super sweet, and I'm really enjoying where this is going. There's a little bit of a mystery going on because Misery's best friend has gone missing, and her best friend is her human companion from when she was living amongst the humans, and no one in the human world or on the human side of the city even seemed to care. And the only hint that she has from Serenity is the name L.E. Moreland. And so when this arranged marriage is presented to her, she tries to use it to her advantage. And so it's very interesting, though, to see the differences going on, or the many battles going on, not just between the humans, vampires, and weres, but even in the weres territory. It's kind of divided right now between two groups. So I am, for tonight, I think I'm going to stop here and get some sleep, and then I will keep reading tomorrow, and I will check in later. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday morning, and sorry, I had to wash my windows. I have things I have to do today, unfortunately, that I don't really want to do. I have to go to the gym, and I have to get my allergy shots. I'm actually over a week out from when I should have gotten my allergy shot. So I am gonna do that today. And then after that, I think, because my husband wants cheesy fries from a little shop called the Old Fashioned, I think I'm gonna go on ahead and do that. And get that for lunch. But we'll see how it goes and how I feel after my shots. But for now, I'm gonna eat this protein bar and drive to the gym and work out. And I will check in with you guys after I'm hot and sweaty and gross. Good morning. It is the final day of Escape the Readathon, and we are still stuck in the building. But that's okay. We have time. It's only 10:30. So we're gonna keep pushing through. I am still reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and I am loving this book. The banter and the teasing between the two main characters is awesome. And seeing the soft side of the hard character is so much fun. Most definitely fully enjoying it. So I have about an hour and a half of reading now that I can do, and then I'm going to go get my hair cut, and then I will be back to finish my book. I am loving this. I really hope that I finish before I go, but we'll have to see. I will say there came a point last night, like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. I guess this was about chapter 17-ish, I think. Let's see, yeah, it would be about chapter 17. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna read one chapter. I'm gonna read chapter 16 or 17. I don't remember which it was. I read that chapter and then had to read some more. I read through to chapter 20 before I could go to sleep because things were happening and I wanted to know what was coming next. But I'm gonna finish today. And now I have to stop talking and go let the dog out. So I will check in with you guys after my haircut. And in plenty of time for the last day of the readathon, I have finished Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I had so much fun with this book. It definitely has its cute moments. It definitely gives you all the different feels that can come with a paranormal romance. And I don't know how I'm going to top that one. I think for now I'm gonna pause on reading and everything for right now. I will check in on Sunday when Lexi gives us the final results. I submitted Bride for 399 pages to bring the game jesters back into the circus because they have escaped. And hopefully we can pull them back in and sneak out at the same time. We'll see how that works. But I will let you know how we did at the end. So we have finished the readathon, and I have again, as my daughter stated it, picked the not winning team. I the Thrill Seekers ended up last. We finished 6 of the 10 games, and 1 of the games we lost. The building was destroyed. Um, but we did pick the one of the highest, or we picked the highest ticket amassing games in that, and overall, at least for me, I am not counting this as a loss at all, because I read the most I have ever read in a month, and only one of those was a graphic novel. I had so much fun, and thank you, Lexi, for putting this on and letting us all participate in the chaos. I don't think this month would have been as successful of a reading month for me without the readathon, and so I am counting this year as a win, even though my team is left forever to wander cat the Black Cat Carnival. Hey, it's all good. We get to ride games forever now, right? Anyway, I had so much fun. Thank you again, Lexi, and all of the team leaders, including Mel and Jordan, who were the leaders of the Thrill Seekers. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.